There's room to grow. Another area crucial to your baby's physical development and coordination is tummy time. Now, here to tell me more is midwife Leanne. Welcome again, Leanne.
Thanks.
Now, tummy time, why is it so important?
Well, I guess tummy time right from birth is important because it helps to strengthen and develop the baby's neck and back muscles, also their upper arms, and just helps in assisting in developmental skills like crawling, rolling and sitting up later in their life.
Right. When should you introduce tummy time to a baby?
Well, you can introduce tummy time right from birth. Obviously, while they're such a newborn, it's important that you limit the time that they have tummy time. But introducing it straight from birth and increasing the amount of time as they get older.
So if they're like 2 days old, you can bring in tummy time?
Of course you can. And the best time for a newborn is when you're changing their nappies, usually the best time. So you're changing their nappy before you put the nappy back onto your baby, just placing them on their tummy, and you'll notice that they'll start to raise their head. If you're a bit concerned that they're not quite raising their head just yet, you can use just a roll or a nappy just underneath their head, and that tends to help them prop that area up.
So how long should you leave them in this position?
From birth to about 2 months, probably only between 2 and 5 minutes.
Right.
Some other things you can do if you're not quite happy popping them on the floor is you can just place them over your knees, just supporting underneath their neck and holding their bottom. And as you hold their bottom down, they tend to lift the top half of their body.
Okay.
For a more comforting tummy time, don't forget you can always place your baby on your abdomen.
They love
so just
that.
laying on the floor if you're in a recliner chair, and that also promotes them lifting their head and that contact with their parent.
Okay. So that's from 0 to 2
months.
months. 2 months onwards?
Well, once they're over about 2 months and hitting to the 3-4 months, they tend to these muscles tend to strengthen a lot more, so they'll start to bring their arms forward and really lift up. And so what you want to do during this time is maybe add a few toys, a mirror, and you'll find that they'll start to reach out for things in front of them. What you can also do is lay directly opposite your baby, and you can have some interaction time with your baby because you'll be looking straight at them.
Obviously, by having that tummy time, it's good for the development leading to crawling.
To crawling, that's right. Also rolling, you'll find that they'll start to roll over. And if you find that your baby's rolling, or once they start rolling all the time, just placing them back on their tummy again, so it really stimulates that turning over.
From 2 months onwards, how long should you have them in tummy time? You said from 0 to 2 months, it should be like, 1 minute to 5 minutes.
That's
From
right.
2 months onwards, how long?
As long as your baby's happy, you start to increase that time. And as long as they're active and alert and awake and they're well supervised, they can stay there for as long as they're quite happy, up to about sort of half an hour or so. You don't want to leave them on their tummy all day.
So how often should you do it a day?
It should be at least daily, but, as they get older, they'll enjoy it more often, and you can do it, 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And then obviously once they hit about 6-7 months, they won't want to be staying in this position very long. They'll be up and starting to crawl and moving around.
Are there any times when you shouldn't do tummy time?
If they're hungry, so you want them quite relaxed. Some babies who suffer from reflux find it quite uncomfortable having the pressure against their tummy. So babies with reflux, probably shorter periods of time till they're comfortable.
Now, what happens if your baby doesn't like tummy time?
That's right, and it can happen sometimes. So the best thing to do is just start with really short periods of time on their tummy. So like we mentioned before, is after a nappy, just a short period on their tummy, turn them over, and then each day increase the amount of time that they're on their tummy.
Should you force a baby to do tummy time?
No, never force a baby to do anything they don't want to do. A baby will let you know clearly when they're enjoying something and when they're not. So if your baby's crying or agitated, don't force them, don't leave them there, and try again the next day.
So just introduce it gradually and slowly.
That's right.
Thanks, Leanne. Thanks for coming on the show today. Now, if you have any more questions about tummy time, it's best to see your health professional. If you'd like more details about the show, check out our website. It's www.roomtogrow.tv. I look forward to catching up with you and your growing family next week. See you then.